Mr. Grassley, today the National Coalition on Healthcare, which is co-chaired by former President Bush and Carter as well as former Governor Ray, recommended that mandated individual coverage, including the creation of a publicly financed government-run option, as the best means to reduce the cost of health care. Now, since the year 2000, the cost of the average family premium for Iowa has increased by 88%. Senator, why do you disagree with the nonpartisan National Coalition on providing a public option as a viable means of reducing health care costs for your constituents?
I'm not opposed to reducing health care costs for our constituents, and I think where we're headed will do that. I'm against what you call a public option, or another way to do it is a government-run program. One reason is not my reason, but a few Democrats in the Senate have come to the conclusion that there's enough Democrats opposed to it and Republicans opposed to it, that you would never get a bill through the United States Senate with 60 votes to get the job done. So you might as well do something. If you want to get a bill passed, you got to get a compromise that can get a bill passed. So public option would be against that. Then on the issue itself, it'd be directly related to the fact that with a public option, and this gets back to some of the things that you were saying about small business, but it might include big business too. We feel that a lot of small businesses will push their people out of private health insurance into a public option, and if that happens, when you have a public option, you know, the extent to which health economists say that about 120 million people will come out of private health insurance into a public option, then pretty soon everybody else's premiums go up, and pretty soon other people opt out, and then pretty soon you got a completely government-run program. And it's based upon those studies that I oppose the public option, because one of the principles that we follow is we want people to have choice. And under what you're suggesting, you know, you get one plan for the entire country, you don't have choice. And then you get the other things that go along with it. So that's why I oppose a public option, but it's also a bipartisan point of view in the United States Senate.
Senator, it seems that $13,000 that you're proposing for the tax credit could just essentially be either less for people to have a public option or to be able to choose any pool of private insurance.
But see, you can't do that, because I told this lady that there's not political support for doing away with the employer-connected health insurance. It might be the right thing to do, but there's not enough support to do it.
Gentlemen, right here. My name is Larry G. I'm from Pocahontas. I wonder, do you think it's strange that people on Social Security depend on their health care for the least amount of money that they get, you know, while illegal aliens and so forth get lots of free health care, food stamps, and so on. And Social Security recipients aren't going to get a raise this year, or maybe next year. That's my question.
Well, the point is, I think you didn't intend to ask two questions, but I think you did. If I'm wrong, you tell me. Anybody, including the illegal aliens, and by the way, I'm not for amnesty, so don't put me in the boat of saying it's all right to be in this country illegally, because I don't believe it is. I think you should respect our laws, and people that respect our laws wouldn't enter this country illegally, see? But it happens, okay? So we have a law of 20 years. It wasn't passed to help illegal aliens, but it does help illegal aliens. If you go to an emergency room, they can't ask who you are, illegal or legal. They have to take care of you. That's what the law says. Maybe it should have been amended not to include the illegal aliens, but I guess we're a humanitarian society, and we want to help people that are dying. But that's the only health care that illegal aliens are entitled to. And entitled to only because the law says so, not because the Constitution says so. And consequently, you know, you comparing that to seniors that have a hard time getting along. And that is an unfair situation. I will agree with you. On the other hand, if you got a senior citizen that needs emergency care, they're going to get it on the same basis. Does that answer your question? Okay.